Okay, we should be going. Should be live. Start by playing. This will be the lesson stream with Dina soon. She's supposed to be getting on soon. But as usual, she might be running a little bit late. So figured I'd go ahead and get started, get things rolling. Might give it a second, actually, because if someone in chat wants to play, I'm pretty down for that. Man, I need to clean my phone. Goon, how's it going? Nom 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 nom. What you up to? How was all the important business meetings been? Doing the schmoozing? Just working. Yep. Productive. I mean, it's good to be productive. What do you actually do, if I may ask? I don't feel like I really understand it well. I know before, many years ago, that you kind of told me, but Mrs. Garrison, how's it going? Squirrel trying to get into. I mean, you got a store for winter. That is true. And for summer nowadays, you know. Got a store for all seasons. Squirrels have it so easy, man. They just have their storage for winter. Jeez. I'm Divinity. How's it going? Getting warmed up. It's been a long time since I played Gravity Chess. I have an okay score against him. I'd be curious to see how long it's actually been, because I feel like it's been months. Hey, let's go! I am Divinity. Thank you so much for the sub. Much appreciations. I think I take it tonight. So you're not castling either, I see. Okay, this is a bit weird. Guess this is how it goes. I don't think I bothered. I mean, you win both rooks, but there's some mate threats and all that fun stuff. You're live and that's what counts. Nice, nice. I mean, I think a few things maybe count too, but we will take the beginning of being alive. The good start. Let's start with this. Dina is feeling better. Still a little bit, but we're at. How you doing? Currently into remodeling homes, cabinets, countertops, flooring. As a consult for businesses and help them make the money. Consultation guy. Okay. That's pretty good. That's something. Not just having the meetings, but actually making something of it. Subham, how's it going? The pawn's there just to be annoying. That's literally the pawn's job right now. we're gonna yeah, okay. Chess player LL, English Shadrick, both. Hello, hello. Oh shoot. Forgot about that. This could be going better. To say the absolute least. I'm just screwed there. That's paying one. Alright. You almost scored like 8 out of 11, but you played like garbage. What? Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, well, I mean, she's taking long enough. I kind of want to put on some simple music while I wait. Freaking YouTube L. Dang. You're playing with your NM friend yesterday at Chess Bar who somehow 7-2 versus me and Blitz. Definitely better. Dang. Wait, what's his chess.com account? Jenny, hello, how's it going? I'm not playing Title Tuesday because it's not happening right now. I will play the later one though. I think he's 2800. You don't remember his account? Okay. Yeah, 7 out of 11 is not bad. Bughouse, not right now. I'm just playing a little bit until Dina gets on, and then we'll start the lesson stream part of the lesson stream. He beat Levy, but he wasn't in the mood to play chess. What? Did he say that? I mean, do I have that option? Anytime I lose, I can just be like, well, you know, I wasn't in the mood to play chess though, so. I mean, maybe tomorrow. You know, when I'm in the mood. When I'm in the mood to play chess. Like what what is that? That's my dog ate my homework. That's what you want. Like, isn't that how it sounds? I'm sorry. Nah, I mean it should be, but it's practical. Could have some danger. It's a practical try. Practically not the best. Yeah, I'm trying to play quickly because I want to. Where this becomes real dangerous is if my king is a little bit exposed and I'm low on time. I think if I can keep up a good pace, then I should be just fine. Throw some stuff back his way. Not sure fully what he's going for with the C4E5. And I guess he was... I'm just gonna keep. I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna flag him. Like, it's a my increased speed is gonna pay off, and just the fact that I'm running him out of time now. Right? Like, it's. I don't even have to. Okay, maybe I have to think like a second. It'd be embarrassing if I threw this. But I don't think it is likely right now. Kayden, thank you for the follow. Yeah. He spent so much time. Yeah, he was way too slow there. At some point, I'm just moving. Like, I'm not... I mean, B3 was fully like a distraction move. Kind of all of it. Like, I'm not committing to anything. Yeah, C2 C2 I did realize was quite nice. Hey, Rook. Is so happy. He's chilling. Amy Michelle, how's it going? There was a storm in Quebec. Dang. When am I gonna play with viewers? I usually do that Thursday. Thursday's the big day. No. So it is a separate channel. Basically at that other channel. There were 3 of us, and had some things we, you know, different kind of vision for some things, so we went our separate ways, and created a new channel. So this is completely separate to that. Yeah, the G2 pawn, huh? So I have to take on F6, which actually isn't too bad. It's not too bad. Not too, okay. He's picking up the pace now. He's trying to speed now. I don't hate this. This position could be better, but I think he struggles a bit more to find a place for his king, since now I can try and put pressure over there. Oh, Borat, you had the pitch of the century. Nice. Sounds like it's all coming together. Can we just go full? Can we ignore that? I could play here. No. How about a... Yeah, that's a downer. It's a downer. Could play Queen B2. It's kind of a killjoy move. But now I want to play D5. If he takes, I take with the queen. So he does not get to open up my position. Lenora, how's it going? Yeah, looking at that D5. D5? Ah. If my rook wasn't hanging. Something. Probably didn't have to take. No, I mean, I just think this endgame's more comfortable for me. So, like, I still get A5 pressure, and his attack is... I mean, maybe he could go for C5, like, try to be pretty adventurous there. But I think for the most part, like, I still get a lot of what I want. I just take away his possibility for attack. I mean, you see it in the time he's spending. He doesn't want to trade queens. It's a very, very psychological thing. Yeah, okay, yeah. C5, yeah. Alright. We're not completely insane, I guess. I'm not gonna take, though. This one I ignore. Is he gonna try and hammer through with C4? Rook C8 was surprising. Alright, alright. Where's the Dina? On her way. She said few minutes, and that's turned into more than a few minutes. But it's okay. She will show up. Probably. Otherwise, the lesson stream will be real awkward. Procrastinating before doing some actual work. Nice. It's the actual work. Like, what is it? Good time? Is it, you know, kind of boring? What are we talking? Ah, dang. I miscounted there. Yeah, those King E7 just in time. G3 instead? It goes after the pawn. Okay, I just want to keep more on the and then go after the D pawn. Dang. Yeah, I took it the wrong direction. Created the pass pawn, but it was too little material. No, he defended alright a long time. Oh, queen b2, best move. Queen takes d4. The idea was correct. Oh, here I should have just gone a5, apparently. That's a tough move to play. Lenore, you got ticket/request waiting. It's a good thing they're not urgent, but I should get them done by the end of the day. Ah, okay, okay. If you get them all done, like what is this? Like you basically sit around and procrastinate? You define That's not a great sign. Yeah, I will do late title Tuesday. Ugh. 5 gifted subs for you to play Dina in one of her training games. I mean, she plays... Her training games all happen over the board. She does the Tuesday nights at the Charlotte Chess Center. I mean, if you were here, you would definitely play her straight up. Well, no, Bor, you might have to stop slacking. Get your rating where it actually should be. If you sit around too long, you might get fired. Kind of bored of being at that. But, excuse me, but the money is good. That's why you just have to incentivize yourself through the money. Through the monetary value. Maybe I should start doing some Puzzle Rush Survival right now. Because I don't know if she's gonna... I'm not 100% sure what Dina means by asking me to define few, but it probably means she's still a little bit away. Gotesh! Hey, thank you so much for the sub. 8 months is better than 7 months. That is so true. Especially when it comes to subs. Thank you, thank you. And hope you're doing well. Yeah, Borat, that's true. If you organize an event, it's definitely difficult to play in it. I mean, I know a few people that did, but usually you either have to then hire someone to be the director, arbiter stuff, and not be involved in that at all, which is a huge expense because you can go get basically that license yourself. Takes work, but you can go get that license yourself, and then saves you a ton of money instead of having to fly someone out. Oh, that was trippy. Those positions were similar enough that, and that swap of like this staying the same but it being a new position kind of threw me off. This is weird. So it's take. Wow, it's just take, right? It's weird to have a tactic, but the move's not that tactic. Ooh, that's nice. That is nice. Alright. Queen f5. What's the best way to deal with tilt? Stop playing. I mean, so there are 2 things that I did or have done to stop with, or okay, let's say 3. Because I've gotten better at just getting myself out of tilt. But that was kind of last thing. I went through a period where, and this actually helped a lot, where I'd play really bad openings. Like I'd play troll, like run the H-pawn, like really mess around in the opening stage. And it helped me not tilt because a lot of times, I think basically in tilts you do become more reckless. Like you stop paying attention to what your opponent is doing as much, and you go for attacks a lot sooner than you often should, or you're just not thinking about their threats. Oh look, there's Dina.
Hello.
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 How's it going?
It's going. It's going. I shouldn't have said a few because the definition of few doesn't stand out with the reality of a few.
Yeah, that does seem correct. Yeah,
So mm, I know you can charge me with extra puzzles
extra
um
puzzles. Hey, that's a good 20
as a
extra puzzles. One per
as a
minute.
penalty. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
There you go.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was just doing some puzzle rush survival.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's great. Puzzle Rush Survival. That's very smart. You're training to become an IM by any
exactly.
chance?
So this is the irony. You're late, so I did the puzzles.
Oh, yeah, I know it's not, you're not, yeah, you shouldn't be penalized like that, right?
It's okay. I've actually been doing more puzzles myself lately.
Really? Because you felt like if I do this to my students, I need to do it myself as well.
No, I'm happy, giving my students homework assignments that I've no intention on doing. No,
Oh,
a little bit of that, a little bit of that. But no, it's just kind of for me. Like I've been feeling a bit more of the itch.
how
Oh, you're taking a
it's
photo. I was like, what is this? What is that supposed to mean?
no, it's just for announcement that we're alive. Hmm. How is your um well, you don't rush to the first title Tuesday, right? Why not?
No, it's a bit early, so I tend to, because I'll do the lesson stream and then I just keep going, and I basically
Yeah.
go from so I try and start around 1:30 and I'll go to like 7:30, so 6 hours, and then Tony will do Untitled
Yeah.
Tuesday, and then I
Oh my
join
God.
Tony again after Untitled Tuesday. So
You guys are putting so many hours. Hmm.
on the
Uh,
grinding.
yeah, but you're not writing the right thing.
Oh, we're also working on the other stuff, but
Imagine you're putting so much hours into figuring out how to make viral YouTube content.
we're also working on that. Yes.
It's just, it might seem easier to kind of just stream because you just do it without thinking. But yeah.
I mean, it's also just fun. Like that's
Yeah.
obviously like we do want to grow, and so that's why the more effort into the YouTube stuff and all that. But I mean, it's a lot of hours, but I tend to enjoy Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's my chat is actually pretty accurate. It's saying Dina used to do 6 hour streams when she was young too. Well, that's exactly my point. It's not just it's the enthusiasm when you were getting started, but I was starting at the age when the Twitch was booming during the pandemic, so it was also the perfect timing.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I know you've said this before. I know it's not the perfect timing anymore. I know whole pandemic. I got it, but
At the times
the
when you were traveling around the globe.
no, I was actually working in roofing at that time.
What's roofing?
Like the roof of a house,
Oh.
helping people get new ones.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an ongoing struggle for me because I don't want to cut your wings and be that toxic friend that always tells you that whatever you're trying to do is wrong. We had this conversation with Peter. In fact, he's like, uh, well, I don't want to tell them what I think because when I was starting my chess business, everyone was telling me the same thing,
Mm,
and then I still made it.
yeah.
But then the question is, what are you doing different from what has been done already? Like, what's your different like? How different is your approach?
No, it's a good. It's. I mean, we think about this a lot. We talk about this stuff, and we have our
Sorry.
different discussions. So no, I mean it's always appreciated. We always take feedback and stuff into account.
Yeah, that was a very anticlimactic by me sound. I'm sorry about that.
The snotty opening. Ugh.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's not all roses when on stream. Like these people, they're used to thinking, "Oh, yeah, I'm watching a female streamer. That's gonna be cute," and all curious for the cute.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
uh, is that why? Wait. Dina's chat. Is that why you watch Dina?
Oh, come on. Yeah. Um.
Sorry. Don't
Yeah.
answer.
No.
Don't
I mean,
respond.
I absolutely love your energy and motivation, and then of course, my heart just wants to put that into the right direction.
Oh yeah. No, we're working on that. If you, so we're Tony has more focus there, so we're trying to do like a stream clip on YouTube and then IRL clips on YouTube as well, or not clips, but like shorts
Yeah.
and then videos and
It's like you calling openings end games.
openings end games.
Yeah, this is what you were saying. Clips and shorts confusing. It's like confusing openings and end
It's so
games.
confusing. No, it's yeah, clips and then shorts and yeah, all the things.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Whoa, someone in
Um.
chat. What?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna repeat this out loud, but I sent you the classroom link.
Yeah. Hmm. My chess has been tough after the Charlotte Open in terms of obviously it was a very depressing experience.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Also, last Tuesday was very unfortunate. I don't know if you know, but because you
Mhm.
only know that the camera froze, right?
You drew. I did
Yeah.
I did look at the standings when I was at the center yesterday.
Oh, yeah, but I was completely winning, and I mean he was like doing his stupid thing as usual, not castling and stuff. And I checked with the engine, and apparently I was doing everything right till kind of the end when I thought I lost all the advantage, started panicking and dropped the right line. But in fact, that was already +4, and like I was on the right track. It's
Yeah.
just it like turned like I just expected it to be easier, like win. Like I thought there would be 10 different ways to win.
Yeah.
But
So
that's
bit of a frustrating game there.
yeah.
Uh yeah, lots of games to look at. Um Someone in our chat is saying for me to give you a hype speech, but we'll get to the hype. We gotta start with the reality.
Yeah,
Um,
I it's not like the high it's not about mental because again, I know all my weaknesses, I know all my problems, and then the thing is just I like I keep repeating same things. Like I know if I lost so many points, it's probably because I was late 20 minutes for every game, right?
mhm,
So it's kind of the next thing. Like you know your weaknesses, you know your mistakes, but like it's to like fixing them and like stop doing the same mistakes is easier said than done. And of course it's always easier to control someone else than to control your own self.
yeah,
If all my students are stuck for 500 rating points, it's because they don't do puzzles every day, and it's easy for me to tell them to do that and yell at them. But then it's the same reason for my stagnation. But yet, I can yell at myself, but I still don't manage to do it right.
yeah, yeah. I mean, as you know, at the Charlotte Open, I told you a few times to be there earlier.
Yeah, and I had your voice in my ear,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
I would keep
and
getting distracted.
I'm gonna call you out a little bit. Sorry for this, but on chat. She one of those times I'm like 10:15, and she said, "Oh, how do you know I wasn't there this morning?" I'm like, "Well, I was in the playing hall at 10:15." So, yeah, I was on site. I was watching, keeping track of, obviously my focus and streaming was Tony's game, but of course keeping an eye on your games and definitely. I mean, it's twofold. Kind of on that because I mean we've talked about being earlier, but I definitely think that was a big part of this tournament. Obviously the time was an issue in some of these games, but I know for me as well, and I think this is the case for a lot of people, like if you are rushing right into the game, it's very hard to center yourself um, for the game, because it's just you show up at the board, you're getting your stream set up for you specifically, and then you're right into playing, and you don't have that moment to breathe. Where I know for me, I found a ton of benefits into. Okay, I wasn't streaming, but just when I was playing, I'd make sure to finish my opening preparation 10-15 minutes before, and I try and be in the tournament hall and just kind of take my time, write my opponent's name down, write my name down, get the information, get set, get water if I want a cup of water next to my board. And so I just kind of take some time early to get myself in the mindset of the game before I'm rushing into it. And I think it's not just about the time. Obviously, like you're feeling that time pressure, but I think it's also about that. It's just you're putting yourself in a much trickier place when you don't have time before the game because you can't get in the mindset. So you're losing the time, and then you're not in as good of place because you're running late.
Yeah, I think there a lot of it is kind of psychology and motivation because obviously, well, first of all, there's three things. Very number one is that it wasn't just me being late 20 minutes to every game. It was also me taking too much time on every move. And those two come to the same reason is that I am kind of more relaxed because I think I'm playing with kind of weaker opponents, so I'm more relaxed, and then I'm thinking, oh, maybe like, well, it will be fine, right? I'll win anyway, and then this is for the lay, and then for the move, I'm like, oh, but this is a critical position, so I just think here a little bit more, and then I find the winning plan, and then I win the game anyway. And then it's all that. Although I have so much experience to know that it's wrong, right? Like all my tournaments I lost trading here in the US would be like same situation. I would underestimate the opponent. But then the other thing is I've always like been like that, always rushed. And then the problem is like, why did I gain 60 rating points at US Masters? I was just as much same on the late on the games, wasn't sleeping, wasn't preparing, was rushing all the time, and I've been always like forever like that, but with or without stream, right? But then the thing is, I think I also know the answer to that. It's just like it kind of shows, it's a reminder to me to see my potential and how far I could have gone if I was more disciplined everywhere. And then it's like the other psychological thing is like, oh, I've been like a piece of shit for like forever. So why would I just start being a good girl, now? And then all of a sudden, like, so it's like, it's kind of uh, like I don't know, it's crazy. It's like that inner battle, right? Like it's like, wow, I listened to this motivational speech and it inspired me, and now I'm gonna be like the right person and do the right thing. And I was like yeah, how you say it, like a slacker. I've been the slacker all my life, and now I'm just gonna become, the Mr. Perfect, and then I'm gonna win all my games. It's just too good to be true, right? So it's like I'm self-sabotaging, almost like that, something like that. But it's so stupid, obviously. But in any case, I do have maybe a few tournaments where I was extremely disciplined, and I would have good results in those tournaments. And I recall those tournaments, like particular one that I qualified for the World Cup. Of course, I would be late, but it would be like 1-2 minutes. Of course, I would be rushing, but then, yeah, obviously it's all like I do wanna get better and that would like kind of work, And I think, for example, one of the reasons why I love playing Tuesday Night Action, even though it's with like complete idiots, right? And it's like going to the club and putting my camera is because I'm forced to be disciplined there, and I already like lost so many points, so I already had so many painful moments that I'm forcing myself to play fast to control my time, and I'm always like kind of on time because like if I'm not on time, then I uh like like kind of like it's so like annoying for everybody, right? So I already kind of like, okay, maybe I'm 2 minutes 3 minutes on late, but I'm still like setting up before like the lecture, for example. And then I'm kind of trying to be disciplined during the games. Like I'm so much more disciplined during Tuesday night actions than in like, for example, that Charlotte Open
Yeah.
tournament. Because it's kind of a routine that I'm developing, I guess.
Yeah. And I mean, but some of that, I mean, okay, you said a lot there. Like some of that you have to acknowledge as a crutch. Like it's 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 easier to show up late, which
Yeah.
sounds
There is one more thing I wanted to add, if I may.
all right. Let's add it, and then we can roast all of it at once.
So yeah. Wait, I forgot. Yeah. So here's the thing. Because I'm all about kind of like extreme, right? Black or white. So if I'm not relaxed, I'm not like late, I'm not like taking my time and I'm thinking that I'm super like confident, like I'm gonna win anyway, like I'm chill. Then my other extreme is gonna be like being in advance, sitting there shaking, very nervous, very stressed, like like kind of all my hands are shaking. And that's, for example, how I played my World Cup games. And I completely like blundered everything. And that's kind of how I was playing in the World Rapid and Blitz. Like your whole body is shaking, you're so stressed, like there is so much. So I think it's been hard for me to find the balance between like I am definitely more disciplined when something is extremely important, right? And thinking that I'm gonna win anyway, he's a 1900, like kind of I can be late. It also helps me feel less pressure when competing in chess. So and then of course it's about like kind of finding that common ground where I would be not wasting my time, but also not too stressed, such as like I make this one move blunders just because I'm stressed. Like you saw my games, like especially like the last one, of course, with Hikaru's wife, right? So and that's
Hmm.
how I played World Cup, and I was on time in the World Cup, right? We would like I was like so yeah, kind of
But yeah,
all those like those issues that pro chess players face, I guess.
yeah, but I mean, it doesn't change the sort of crutch nature of it, right? Because I mean, at some point you still want that time. You still want a moment to be there and to be ready, and um, you're sitting there with your leg not broken, but you still have a cast on because you're worried that it's gonna hurt, and maybe one time you didn't have the cast and okay, like moving around actually was painful, but that's because you're exercising, you're getting out there, like you're improving yourself. It's not supposed to be necessarily comfortable. Now, I do think there are some things that okay, yes, stay in your zone and do that, but you're showing up 20 minutes late and then you're getting in time pressure and you're still not in the right mindset against some of these lower players like you sort of fantasize this showing up late, but it's not working. I was just gonna point out that side. Like you say that's your zone and that's your place, but from where I'm sitting, it's not right. You just said in the Tuesday nights like you're more situated and I mean the last while like you've been doing better in the Tuesday nights than you did in the Charlotte Open. So I don't know why you sort of fantasize that yeah, you show up late, it's more comfortable, you take your time because you say that, but then you didn't do well. So I think like to me, not saying that that can't be true, but it really feels like, and to just fully call you out on this, it feels like you want an excuse more than that's reality. Like you are late, and maybe you do have good things, because I'm sure you have things that you're taking care of. I know you're dealing with a lot, and you do the content, and you put out a lot of videos a day. I mean, when we were looking back on one of your videos, it was like we scrolled for so long to just find that one video we were trying to talk to you about. And like, I know there's a lot of reality there, but at the end of the day, showing up on time, having that time during your game is 100%, no argument, no question. It is more useful to have 20 minutes than to not have 20 minutes. Like, that's just reality. And so the fact that in your head there is any way that you feel like not having that 20 minutes is justifiable feels a lot more like a crutch, much more like an excuse than reality.
I think it's not as much as I'm trying to create an excuse. I think it's more that I'm kind of way too kind of naively telling myself I'm gonna beat him anyway, right? I'm gonna win anyway. Like it's
That,
fine. I'll just play faster. That's what kind of. But it's obviously the problem is like I even play slower.
yeah,
So it's
and
not
you
just
you
it's
know
been
this.
so.
We've been over one of your big struggles right now is time spending.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe if you're someone that
Mhm.
one of those people that just plays and always has an hour and a half on their clock, which still often backfires. Like, maybe you're still wrong, but like you have a point. But I hate to break it to you, you're someone that is usually in time pressure.
And then even like last week with Patrick, I think with that winning position in the end, it was move 24, and I had maybe 12 or 9 minutes on the clock, and I spent maybe like 5, but that was a definitely a critical moment. So have I had 30 minutes on the clock, right, I would have found the win. I would have taken like 15 minutes on that move, and that would compared all the options 3 times instead of like 2 times, let's say.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's where I'm confused, because it just feels like this showing up late, this it's fine, I can just play faster. This
It's like,
all
look
this
at
is
this.
like so devoid of reality that
It
it's like Tony. Tony has this wonderful place called Tonyland, and it's just things just make sense for Tony there. And I'm starting to think we need to build another amusement park right next to it called Dinaland, where it just somehow makes sense when it absolutely doesn't.
Yeah, like look at this. It's 1 hour 50. It's so much, right? It's a lot of time. So if I show up and my clock is 1 hour 30, it's just like another game, classical game. It should be more than enough. I know it sounds stupid. It's again, I agree. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
so more than enough. Like, give me games that it was more than enough.
Only first game, I think. But
Okay,
yeah, it's
so
in
so
the
one out of
first
six
game.
games.
No, even in the first game, um, in the end, when I was kind of like winning, I still had like maybe 5 minutes, 3 minutes on the clock. But I was by the end of like already because I was over like I was winning for the whole game. I was just kind of not willing to rush.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I can say other than just point out the obvious, that it doesn't make sense. Like, you should be at these tournament games set up ready to go like 15 minutes before the round starts.
I agree. I agree.
Maybe under rare circumstances we'll push that to 10. Rare circumstances, 10. The difference between 15 and 10, by the way, is a few minutes. Just I know you were asking me about the definition of few, just to clarify that. Oh, you got a huge raid, Chess 24. Everybody, welcome in. Um,
Welcome from Tata Steel. How was it stealing Tatas? Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
what a shout out. What a shout out. Um,
You were saying we're here. I'm Women's Grandmaster Dina Bellinga, and here is Grandmaster Kayden Trop, aka Chess Sharkz, and we are having a lesson right now because I am, as you might have heard, on the road to I am. So we're getting me ready to win I am. Stick around if you want to get better at chess.
yeah, there you go. There you go. So now with your tatas and that introduction, um, for those we were just talking about Dina showing up late to games and the time spending, which I think in the nicest way I can possibly say she has very much disillusioned herself about.
I
And you
agree.
absolutely should be there, set up, ready to go, ready to stare down and intimidate your opponents 15 minutes before, not a minute later.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
And
good one. Well, okay, how about we do a challenge? I think next tournament is the Spring Open in the end of May. Oh, sorry, March. And then I have plans. I have intentions to go to Reykjavik,
oh,
and then
mhm,
I have Reykjavik is in mid-April. End of April is Alto,
yeah,
and then uh, and then in early June is that National Open, I think, right?
yeah,
And then mid-June, I guess the uh, Carolinas Classic.
yeah.
So those are kind of my tournaments on the line. And of course, the Tuesday night actions. And then if anything interesting goes my way, I would consider it. But let's make a challenge on not being late for
That's it. First
any
goal,
single
just
game.
don't be up late. Don't be to the game late. That's it.
Yeah,
It
I'm gonna
takes
work
no
on
chess
that.
knowledge, by the way. You don't need to
Yeah,
do puzzles. You don't need to know the 23rd game between Kasparov, Karpov, 1984. You don't need that. You just need to just show up on time,
yes.
early. That's it.
That's a great goal. I don't even need to do tactics for that. But and then the goal number two is to do daily tactics. God damn it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm, daily puzzles.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh yeah.
All right. So,
And we can do another training this week, I think, with Tony, right? I don't know, Thursday. Last time I canceled because I was dead. I'm still recovering as you can hear, but I definitely want to be back on track.
yeah, I mean, you have to message him, but probably.
Yeah.
I think he enjoyed that. I think he's interested in doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
So, that should be good.
Yeah, Tony Land
Tony Land.
and Dina Land unite into
And
the becoming
into
a,
a
a reality. Well,
the
I can tell you that he's definitely in Tony Land when it comes to YouTube titles
oh yeah,
and thumbnails. He's definitely in Tony Land. With
definitely Tony Land.
yeah, I asked him if he went to school. He said yes, but okay. I think schools in Russia were better.
Anyways, chess, huh? The game. We already kind of talked about the first one, so I think we could absolutely go to like we'll probably go over it still, but I did want to start with the third round,
Yeah.
and because this was one that I definitely had some things to say about. I don't know if you've had any time to really look over your games yet. I
Oh,
assume.
I did during the tournament, but I obviously want to do more.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I assumed because you weren't feeling well that you may not have looked at it too much. Um,
Yeah, I'll just comment on there was an interesting question in my chat. Dear J, I think asked, how wise was it to participate in the tournament right after organizing the training camp? And that's the kind of a thing with myself is that I do not like getting like it's interesting because I don't like giving like myself excuses and letting me think that I'm weak. So like not playing the tournament voluntarily just because I had something major before and then my mind would be kind of too busy. I'm kind of like I'm stronger than that, so I can do everything. Um that's kind of where I stand. But then maybe it's also an ADHD thing because it's all about action and I love action. It's like easier for me to run a 2-day camp and then do 3 days of tournaments than to spend 1 day at home in front of my computer doing all the academic tasks or like secretary tasks, like stuff like that. It's so much
Mm,
easier to be in action than to actually um, kind of sit and do the actual work at home.
yeah. Yeah, it goes both ways though. I mean, I don't think you necessarily want to limit yourself um in cases like that because you do have that content side and having the chess camp before makes a lot of sense. But when I'm at tournaments, like I'm also one that will totally be like, hey, I'm gonna go lay down for a bit, and just like maybe they go out to Starbucks. I'm like, no, I need to lay down for a second. I'm feeling pretty tired. So it's having the self reflection on it as well, and just making sure that even if you are doing both of those, that you are thinking ahead as to, okay, this is going to be very taxing, but let me just make sure that I pace myself well, and you have the energy to do it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But again, playing classical chess is such a great content these days. Like my viewership is higher in classical chess than the home stream, so it's all good. And then we filmed an amazing YouTube video that is almost ready in production,
Oh,
and I
jeez.
expect this to be the next million views
Uh,
video, guys.
have mercy on my
That's
soul.
gonna be so epic. That's like a sneak peek for you guys, and there is a reason why Kayden is laughing. But I won't tell you more. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yep, it will be something, that's for sure. I'm excited to see how it turns out, but it will be, yeah, it'll be fun. Anyways,
Yeah, let's
the
go.
chess. So yeah, we already talked about the time, but yeah, you can see here, 25 minutes. That first move is a good long think for d4. Good long think. You gotta make sure.
Oh my god, this is so horrible. I this is so I don't know. I not only I don't know what to play against this opening, but I didn't even know the name of this opening to tell you how I don't respect chess theory at all. But I'm gonna open my notes at the
Wait,
same
you
time.
didn't know the Benoni?
Oh, I didn't know what was it? No, I thought the one was like when they sacrifice like a6 b5.
That's the Banco.
Yeah, I probably would think it's the same thing.
That's a good start. That explains a few things already.
Hmm.
So there are a couple of lines that I've enjoyed playing here. I've played some with like Bishop f4 variations. I think you start knight f3, g6, Bishop f4, and then okay, if they play Bishop g7, you have this Queen a4 idea. And this is a bit of a crazier variation, but it's supposed to be good for whites if they decide to go for b5. And then if they play a6, which is the more common move, a4, and you just get like a very solid setup. Bishop's on f4. Your bishop can drop back to h2 if knight h5. At some point, you're going to be looking to play like a5 knight a4 or knight d2 knight c4. Um, and it's just like a very I think it's just good for white. So I've
Can
played.
you give me the access so that I can draw? Oh, in case.
Yeah. Um, the other line I played here, which I think is better as a surprise is like G3 stuff. Like a Fion Kettle line. I admittedly haven't liked that one as much since I got destroyed by Hikaru. Um, but I do think it's a pretty solid option. I prefer more like the Bishop F4 stuff, but the Fion Kettle line as well is also kind of nice. You chose some in between with E3.
I think that was my line against the other gambit.
Okay, against the Benko.
Yeah, probably that's why I kind of did it.
Yeah. So you spent. Were you? Because you only spent a minute here. So, like, did you know during the game, like, hey, I'm not too familiar with this, or did you think, yeah, I am familiar with this. This is the Benko Gambit E3.
No, like this is so similar to that B5, but it's not B5. I don't know anything. I have two options. Either I spend 15 minutes and don't come up with anything anyway, or I
Hello, Dina. School is in session.
or I just like do E3 and don't spend time. Wait, why are you laughing?
I was not ready to hear your sub voice to text.
Oh, how did you hear
I
it?
don't know how I heard it. I heard it. I
Oh,
guess
that's
it's playing through
interesting.
Discord. I was.
Yeah.
That threw me off. Okay, so you
Yeah.
were worried about spending the time.
No, I thought it's just I hear one of those rare moments where I knew I was
You
in
knew you were gonna
I
play
was
E3.
realistic. I was realistic. I knew like even if I start trying to come up with something, it wouldn't be anything good.
Okay. Okay, so I
So
mean it wasn't the worst. I think overall it wasn't the worst decision, but yeah, definitely these setups with I think knight f3, bishop f4. You also can play like e4 here is the most popular. That one I admittedly don't know as well. Um, I do think in this case maybe the best adjustment. I know the like position I could maybe see you playing is probably the Fianchetto lines, but it feels just like a total kind of tragedy that you didn't know it in the first place.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
all right, let's say e3. Uh, that explains some of the game later. I had a big thought later, but I mean this is at this point kind of you developing, and then this just G
Oh,
takes
wait a
f3
second.
moment.
Yeah, sorry, say again. Say again.
This felt like the next big moment because other than this, it's you're developing pretty normally, and then G takes f3 takes it in a very different direction.
Yeah, so the reason I thought about that was maybe just respecting the opponent and kind of thinking like, hey, I need to outplay him, so it might be easier if I get him out of the structure that he's expecting, or he might kind of know more. And then if I make it more complex, then probably it's gonna be easier to outplay like a weaker opponent. But the truth is, all those weaker opponents, the only thing they do is calculate. So I actually got him into my weaker side and his stronger side because I couldn't like ever since then I didn't expect any single move. I didn't guess any single move he was gonna do. They were all so random to me and so kind of not making sense. But computer says they're all correct. Like my biggest like shock was when he would give away this bishop later. You'll see. But yeah, I think it was I outcalculated myself here. I would have outplayed him easier if I just kept the position solid and simple, and then he would just like break into the wall himself.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there is something to be said for taking people out of the positions that they know, and that's totally fine. Um, but I generally think that you should also have a pretty solid plan. Like you should believe in the move you're playing as well, and that you have a good direction. Um,
Uh-huh.
and probably understand better what your opponent is. I mean, I think the most concerning thing that you're saying in there is that you were just trying to stop his ideas, but it doesn't sound like you really knew what the ideas should be. And in fact, from what we're gonna see later, like you didn't stop one of the big ideas that Black had, like one of the main ideas Black has here. You just kind of enabled. So you play this G takes F3, feels like just to be kind of a spicy move, but I don't know if I really feel like there's much of a plan there. Just it's weird. I'm gonna play it,
Yeah.
and that's definitely concerning. Um, Against lower rated players, a lot of time it is much better to play good, solid chess. Play your chess first and foremost, and I mean, if they do manage somehow to hold it, like okay, they played a great game, you played a great game, they held it. That happens. Sometimes lower rated players just they play well, but I think playing random moves to try and disrupt them and throw them off is just not the way. Like you definitely can make some concessions. Fabi talks about doing that, how sometimes the way he beats lower rated players, he actually gives them just a little bit more opportunity so that they're more willing to push. So there is a part to that, but it should not be confused with G takes F3, because if you play G takes F3 and you're like, okay, I'm going to play F4, I'm going to take away knight E5, which is one of Black's ideas, and then I'm going to play bishop
Yeah.
F3 to take away knight E4, and
Yeah.
then start attacking on the king side. Like that's a very different plan altogether. Even though it could be very similar to what you did,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot more calculated. Like, no, I'm taking with the pawn so that I can take away 95.
Yeah.
And
Also, yeah, I remember how Fabi lost eventually to that in US Masters, that game to the guy, right? It was then he gave too much to his opponent, right? And opponent just consolidated.
yeah, which in that case, Fabi, I mean, basically something similar to this. He went a bit crazy against Nicholas or Theodoro.
Yeah.
He expanded a bit too much, and it just left him with a terrible position.
Correct.
Um,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think a lot of the other games, Fabi, that he did win, by the way, I think he's maybe even moved away from that mentality, or at least adjusted it a bit. Because if you look at his games from the U.S. Master, he played very solidly. Like he played very solid, just slow grinding chess against a lot of those players. And while it led to some close games, he was able to pull them all out in the end. So I think even in that way, like there is a side to it where you maybe play a little bit more risky, but for the most part, you want to play your chess first and foremost. And you
Yeah.
want to play a position that you're confident in, that you would happily play against any player, whether you're sitting across the GM or you're sitting across the lower rated player. Like you are playing that way and you believe in it, you believe you can get some chances, and not just playing hoping that it turns out and hoping that your lower rated opponent makes mistakes. I mean, we don't play hope chess. You know that, and obviously this is on a different scale, but it's still kind of the same direction where it doesn't feel like it's planned. It feels like it's weird, and hopefully it works out.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, and it's also like this internal battle that uh I've been raised and educated to play solid, and I'm like kind of solid chess and I'll play slowly. But I have this kind of like a inner rebellious kind of like crazy dynamic, um sometimes um how you say, cravings, right? And then that's when my game, so like I make this kind of very random, weird, loose decisions like here,
Mm-hmm.
which is like I don't want to play that chess. I claim that I want to play solid chess, but in the game I'm like trying to justify it, like, hey, look at this pawn, it makes total sense. I'm gonna take this center, and then I'm gonna open here, and I'm gonna attack, and it's all like making strategical sense to me all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to justify.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the biggest fear, as usual, and I know it's so stupid, and I would tell all my students, don't worry about it, but it's like whenever you're playing against lower rated, it's like how you gonna outplay, how it's not gonna be a draw if it's all like kind of simple and symmetric, right? And it's so like I know it's so stupid, and I shouldn't even be thinking about the result. But then so that alternate battle, is it easier to outplay lower rated when you are having a simple structure, simple position, or where you're having a complex position? And like their like theories proving both like kind of being easier, right?
yeah, I mean, again, I think there's something to be said about it, but my concern is less that you play G takes F3 and more that it feels like you didn't really have a direction. I'd say specifically, I don't know if I really feel like you understood how you're creating threats here in the long
Oh,
run,
let's see. Oh.
right?
Yeah.
And to a point, like your opponent plays Queen E7. I mean, you know it now, but like your opponent absolutely wants to play 94.
Well, I thought he wanted to castle long. Yeah. No, I didn't guess any single move.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
that's
understand 94.
yeah,
I
okay,
didn't
okay.
expect
Some of
it.
that
Every
is
single move
just
I didn't.
the
God damn it! Every single move I didn't expect. Sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead.
but that's some of that's just Benoni as well. Like 94, huge idea for Black and the Benoni. Like, I mean, it. People in chat can correct me, but I think it may be like the number one idea for Black is to play 94.
Wow, really?
I mean, it opens up that bishop on G7, and you kind of make sense of your structure, right? You have a pawn on C5, D6. It's not the best structure, but the one thing it does benefit is the control of the dark squares. So being able
Mm-hmm.
to open that and add another attacker with 94 is, I mean, it's a huge idea. And there are even some positions where Black, in order to kind of maintain some of that pressure on this file and on this diagonal, will even put the knight on H5 and then like F5, F4. I mean, that's a bit more common in the like bishop F4 lines, but definitely, you know, still along the same lines of opening up that bishop.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it's something that White wants to prevent. Usually, if you play it correctly as White, like it's unlikely Black gets to play 94. Um, so, uh, you know, playing Bishop F3 at some point. I mean, if not here, you have quite a number of moves in order to play it, and I think suddenly your G takes F3 kind of makes sense because the bishop gets to stay on F3.
Yeah.
There's no 95 concerns, and Black is struggling on what his next step should be. Now, it's still awkward. I mean, this E3 setup, there's a reason Bishop F4 is preferred because your attacking point normally would be more in the direction here, but still feels like it's just a lot better. Like you just prevent your opponent from having any fun, and then you slowly work on, you know, probably breaking through with H4, H5.
Yes. Mm. So you were saying it was all just a matter of playing bishop f3.
Yeah, bishop f3 is like such an important move, I think, in this game. I think it is so important that I would not be shocked if your opponent should have played knight e4 here, and then like knight e4 for the next every move until he actually played it.
Oh, because he didn't play right away, and I didn't stop him.
Right.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, a5 was specifically because I getting ready for a long castle because I thought he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Here was the last moment, and this was the big one that I saw that I think this one I think I actually did see, and the computer says it's like +1 for you if you play bishop f3. Now I think it's trickier than that, but I think you have a bit of a clearer point that you can attack potentially with this a pawn. Your opponent opened the a file, and then you just kind of maintain that pressure on the king side that you've been building.
I really did not even see that knight.
Yeah.
That's sad though. But yeah, I did not.
Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't even a small consideration.
No.
Did you consider like that knight on f6 moving at all?
No.
So you thought it was gonna stay on f6?
Uh,
Or did you think that your opponent, like what did you think your opponent was going to be doing here?
yeah, I was just asking myself same question. Probably like a5, a4, kind of rook f b8. Probably those were the moves that I kind of were catching my eye more. I don't know. Maybe like even c4, like kind of knight d7, knight f7, c4, knight c5. Maybe something like that. But yeah, more of playing on that side.
Yeah. So
Uh,
it kind of feels like to me, I mean, and this extends to what you were saying about the feeling that you can show up late, you'll play a little bit faster. This is a lower rated player. I mean, the thing is, and extra cheese in my chat is kind of pointing this out. Like your opponent just played kind of thematic Benoni ideas. B5 in this case, maybe not the best, but it does exist. And then knight e4, your opponent should have played it sooner. But he did end up playing it, and it's just an idea. Like your opponent is not the best. I mean, 1900 still very good, very strong, very capable, but someone you absolutely can beat, absolutely should beat. But he's just able to play what he learned before the game, and that took him all the way to a better position.
yeah.
And so on that, it's a bit of a thing where you have to remember that these players, okay, two, first, they can play ideas that they learned outside and absolutely play way above their level just because they learn those ideas, they know those ideas. But secondly, I mean 1900 is good enough that even if he doesn't find the number one moves a lot of times, he still can find some good moves, and he'll still absolutely have moments that he finds some incredible moves. So
He did find incredible moves, which none of which I expected.
yeah, so I mean, it feels like a bit that you just actually not just a bit, like quite a bit that you didn't respect your opponent, and it really backfired because a lot of what you're thinking, I mean, it sounds like you were thinking, oh, he's gonna castle queenside, and then I'm looking to destroy him. Like it feels very much like you're focused on I'm gonna destroy this guy. This is how I'm gonna destroy this guy, and not as much on wait, this is my opponent. My opponent can find some decent moves. Um, let me actually give him some respect and think about, okay, what is he potentially going to be up to?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, definitely. I think outside of some of the other things, I think you just needed to respect your opponent here more, because I mean I have no other explanation for why 94 doesn't cross your mind, because yes, it's an idea here and I'm familiar with it, but at the same time, like from other openings, I just like 94 is just so common when you have a fianchettoed bishop. Like it's
Ah,
common in accelerated dragon, it's common in um some of these setups like more close positions, Neo Grunfeld. I'm forgetting what the other boring setup white plays is, but you know, it's just like it's very common. And same for white though, like Catalan structures, 95. You know, anytime you have a fianchettoed position, like 95 is such a common idea. So while it is like a very different structure, it's bishop here, open diagonal. I know you can absolutely find this and absolutely should find this. And the only way I can possibly explain how it didn't cross your mind at all is that you didn't respect your opponent.
yeah, no. And yeah, I know that it's a bad thing, right? I know that like I teach this, always respect your opponent, but one thing is knowing the right thing, another thing is applying it yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I agree. No.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of in a way why I don't know if I could like I would probably make a statistic chess base, but potentially I kind of would always score um more better against higher rated or my level opponents, and then of course I'm so used to like kind of like playing with all this professional competitive women that whenever I meet like some I um like 40-year-old white guy amateur from the village, I don't take him seriously, right?
From the village. Yes.
So I mean it's just about that. It's like in general, like I would never I would always be ready for like any shocking surprises from like let's say uh like if I go to women's European championship, right? Like every single opponent I'm gonna have there is gonna be like a 21, 2200, like a girl who is like up and coming. So I'm gonna be very much on my edge, like or like let's say if I play with this local kids at the Tuesday night action, like C for example, I'm like okay, I need to be careful,
Hmm.
right? Or Andrew Wu.
Yeah.
Although unless apart from this guy, all other guys I played in Charlotte Open were also kind of up and coming kids.
Yeah.
So ah,
Yeah, they're dangerous. They are deserved of respect.
yeah,
And that's a lesson that everyone has to learn at one point or another. These chess players, just because you didn't see the work that they're putting in, they're putting in work. They're doing something. They're playing games. They're solving puzzles. They're looking at openings. They're probably going on Chessable. um, and
yeah, that probably have thousands of courses in Chessable.
yeah, and okay, rating wise, like they're not at your level fully, but they absolutely can take 1, 2, 3 games off of you any day. Like it's possible, and you have to treat them seriously. Like that. One of the things that really surprised one of my opponents, I played Alto here in North Carolina last April. It was. and my first round opponent, I prepared for. He was a 1900, and I prepared for him. I just quickly went on before the game, spent like 30 minutes. He went right into what I looked at, and I just absolutely crushed him. Like, got such a good position at the opening. And I told him that
Really?
after, like, yeah, I'd seen you played this and prepared this a little bit. And he was so flabbergasted. He's like, wait, you're a GM and you're preparing for me? I'm like, yeah, because 30 minutes of work, like, it just goes such a long way. And I have that attitude that I'm going to respect every opponent. I mean, rating wise, yes, I absolutely should win, but I think the respect is there and should be given out to people because it's not about if they are going to play their best chess, but you respect them, and then if they play worse than you expect, well, that's way better than not respecting them and then playing better than you respect. And I think it's something
I
that a lot
agree.
of people run into. I mean, some of these opens, I gotta say, like some of the top players get absolutely farmed in opens. I mean, even the very best, Magnus got just wrecked at the Qatar Masters a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. And I'm not saying Magnus didn't respect him, but like games can be taken off even the very best. So you have to give everybody the respect because that's the reality. And then
I mean, that's how you
be
got
surprised.
your draw with Nepo, right? Because he
Excuse me.
doesn't take you seriously.
Oh no. Like he got a good position and then in both games that I drew him, he got a good position out of the opening and then he just like for a brief moment just stopped like really trying and played too quickly and then it was like, wait a second, this isn't so easy.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, this was definitely the big moment in the game because I think your task became, I mean, you went from having a much better position to now it's incredibly messy and I think you have the more difficult task, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Much more, and it only gets more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean on a positional scale, bishop takes c3. I think the only reason this works as well as it does here is because your bishop on c1 is so bad. So that's
That
that.
it works for him.
Uh-huh. Kind
I
of goes
think
back
one
to the
more
early
word.
stages.
Yeah, I think one more word maybe regarding the bishop c3 because I was so shocked. I was so not expecting it, and I was even more shocked when I saw the angel like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still in a way in shock from this because like what? And yeah, how this can like how if my students did that, I would kill them.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know you're gonna say that it's all about concrete stuff, especially.
Do you need me to say it? Do you need it again?
Maybe.
I mean, I could also pull up a Mikhail Tal game where he also plays bishop takes c3 and proceeds to destroy his opponent.
Really? He
Yeah.
would do that?
Okay, I don't have the game on me. It's on my laptop, which I'm not on, but yeah, he plays bishop takes c3 with a fianchettoed bishop, and then he just controls the game. That's yeah, most of the time the bishops are but that's the rule, right? Like most of the time the bishops are better than the knights. Like 75% of the time I would say bishops
What?
are better than knights.
What?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
75% of the time bishops are better than knights.
What did you just say? How is that possible?
You know
What
I
is
got
this?
lectured by Kasparov over trading a bishop for a knight in a game I showed him. Like not just I mean like Russian lecture. Like Garry Kasparov, former world champion, lectured me very intently over trading a bishop for a knight. And he
What?
went so far as to say that most of the time he started off as okay, he doesn't use most of the time. Kasparov is very concrete. There's no gray area in the way he talks. He said, "Don't you know bishops are worth 3.25? What are you doing?" And he's like, "You know what? I 3.5. Like I think 3.5 may be closer to accurate for bishops. Knights are worth 3. What are you doing trading a bishop for a knight?"
Wait, but that contradicts what you just said, which is
That
you said
75% of the time they're better because they're evaluated higher.
got Bortnik in chat, and it's not even a raid. But I guess he agrees with the bishops and the Kasparov. But wait, you're saying knights are better than bishops, but Kasparov gave you a lecture
I'm
on how
saying
bishops
bishops are better than knights 75% of the time.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought you said knights are better.
No,
than
bishops.
Oh, then what's the then your point is like this falls into the 25%?
Yes, because most of the time when it isn't, it comes down to these central squares. The
Oh,
knights so often go f3 or c3, and so the times that it is effective to trade a bishop for a knight comes down to the value of these squares. Because of your setup, you have put a stamp on d4, e5. You have claimed those for your territory, for your land. This bishop still pretty nice, but it has restricted the ability of the bishop because of this g takes f3 you played. And suddenly your opponent is a lot more interested in these squares, d5, e4. You are not fighting for those squares. Your opponent controls those squares. So trading for this knight is all because he's saying, look, these central squares that my bishop is helping me control are not as useful, but these central squares that I am controlling through the knights that I am dominating right now are more useful, so let me get the knight off the board.
interesting.
And that's, I mean, most of the time comes to that. Obviously, you're going to have specific reasons to trade bishops for knights, just based on threats. But in the early, like, positional stages, it quite often comes down to those central squares. The only other exception is creating pawn weaknesses. Someone, Lenora in my chat, is pointing out I once played bishop takes c3 in a Maroxy, but it was just for the pawn weaknesses, and I ended up getting a nice position, very comfortable, very quickly, and then outplaying my opponent in the endgame there. So there are places for it. Bishops are typically better, but in this case, it all comes down to the squares that your opponent is playing on, and the fact that the knight in this case is controlling those more important squares more so than the bishop, who is being contained by your pawn setup.
Okay. Okay, I kind of understand.
All right, we got a kind of hey progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it still, of course, takes that little extra step. Obviously, your opponent also having queen h4 and the annoyance there does add to it. So as you know, my favorite part, it also has a concrete side to it, which is fantastic. But the positional sort of longer term logical side to it also fits quite nicely in the squares that black is fighting for.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So for the rest of this game, for you, what did you feel like are the critical points?
So let me get it straight. Just to give you perspective, I didn't expect queen e7 I didn't guess short castle. I didn't guess well, I guess a6 is fine. And no, I didn't. Sure if okay. I'm not sure if I guessed a6. I didn't guess b5. I didn't guess knight e4. I didn't guess bishop c3. I absolutely did not see or envision any way queen h4. I was like, what? What? I did not imagine ever on earth knight f6. I didn't even see what's his idea. I mean, I kind of understood maybe later. Like here I understood maybe what is, but it was still kind of like, probably no, I didn't see it. I didn't see knight f6. And then and here because so many moves that I didn't expect, I think I kind of collapsed because I knew that I should be doing well if I give up the pawn the right way and I just activate my dark squared bishop. And then the question is which pawn I get. If I give away d5 and I play c4, or I give away c4 and then I play bishop b2. And unfortunately, I know that here now white has an advantage. And I think it's queen g3 with the idea of playing f3, and the rook is beautifully and then my idea of trapping the queen, and the rook, and everything is protected, and the rook is magically mobilized again, so I can untangle. But I didn't see that. I was looking for a way. I was probably looking at queen g3, but I couldn't make sense because queen would go, and I just didn't see. I forgot that the pawn could potentially move. I didn't see that idea at all, and that was the key idea in many ways. And there was I think I had kind of like a hope here. Maybe if I was I think there could have been a way where I would be able to. Oh yeah, here. I was looking for so many ways, but the right move is rook c2, and I didn't find that, but that would be my idea, right? Because what I did is just throwing the game away just because I couldn't see anything. I tried so hard, but I couldn't find the ways. And then here I was completely lost, but I was magically holding. And then I started seeing these ideas here, right? F3. But again, it was too late. I wish I would see those possibilities back then. And then here I understood he was throwing, because he finally doesn't pin me. That was my biggest issue of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I thought queen h4 was so stupid, and so queen just stuck in the edge of the board, but in fact it was completely pinning all my pieces. And then here I didn't have time anymore at all. I maybe had 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but I wish I would find that actually here. Okay, I just need one move, and I have rook e2, bishop e2, kind of maybe more moves. I just need to continue creating a threat, which is unpin my king and kick the knights away. And then the right move would have been this one. I didn't see it, but also it was already low time, so I was the first thing that comes to my mind that doesn't lose, I should do it, and that's what I did. So that was an important moment. And then here, obviously, he should just go.
Sorry,
Yeah.
as you're going through this, I'm becoming more and more questioning. Actually, way back here, why rook g2 and not rook f1?
Oh, I thought, yeah. So it's kind of I did mention that, right? So for me, obviously, rook f1 is so ugly and such a passive rook. So the rook absolutely should stay here and attack. And then at the same time, apparently, I completely underestimated the power that the queen would have had here, pinning my both pieces, 3 pieces. Because I thought the queen was stuck forever. I thought the queen was doomed. It would be just getting trapped, or just it doesn't play it just looks retarded. Oh, sorry, rewarded to me, the queen here. But that was the biggest illusion that I had during this game.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because it seems like a lot of your problems stem from this moment here. Like you're
but
just
it's
so
so
tangled and so.
unnatural. So unnatural, like just put
Ah,
voluntarily your rook like that. But I understand you would kick the knight and then you would blah 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 unpin
but
yourself easier.
yeah, maybe I'm just like focused on developing my pieces, but it's temporary, right?
Yeah.
I mean, having that bishop free is nice, and okay, the rook on g2, the pressure feels better, but it's not. You're not doing anything. Like, there's no way you're breaking through g6 without the bishop.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's even today obviously it's hard to kind of understand that. But also one more thing that I realized obviously after the game is that he was just like, he was literally sitting like that and with his finger like that calculating. So sometimes I'm just forgetting to get into the head of my opponent, like imagine what's in their head, how they're thinking. And in the end of the day, they're just tack, 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 right? They're just calculating. Nothing is really like, there are no concept there. So that's what he was doing, trying to calculate.
Well, yeah. So
And like, and then I should look for actually, sorry, I'll just finish
yeah.
quick. So I think this is a skill that I'm starting to develop now, and that's how unfortunately I lost my second game. It's like I found the tricks that my opponent wanted to do, which were to sacrifice the rook on d5, um, only because I said myself, well, he's definitely looking for some stupid tactics, stupid tricks, because that's all what he wants to do. So let's try to find something the craziest that can be possible here. So lately, maybe like thanks to all these kind of conversations that we had with you, that I kind of started being more alert of what actually my opponent wants. And I can see it now in retrospective in this game, but obviously in the moment I was like, what the fuck is this?
I yeah. So okay, this is, I don't know about that. Drawing mental arrows. Um, but yeah, I mean, he's spending so much of that time calculating. But all I wanted to point out is how easy his play was. Like,
How easy?
okay, I mean, he
What
gives
was?
up this bishop, which
Oh
is
yeah.
not the best idea. Okay, so that's inaccurate. He plays queen e7, like he just develops normally. Okay, again, b5, probably not the best idea. So a couple of inaccuracies. But at this point, like knight e4, maybe the one like really good move he played that he deserves credit for is bishop takes c3. But even this, like he plays bishop takes c3, queen h4, like it's mate threat, right? Like it's just very direct. He just created threats the whole game. Like that's all
Yeah.
he did. And then he checked you. And then he creates a threat. Okay, he avoids losing his queen. He takes a pawn. He protects his piece. He creates a threat. Like it's just he sees piece, he attacks piece, and it
Yeah,
works.
that's how they all play.
And
Like,
and
yeah, I remember I was playing with Steve, and he came with such a like crazy pawn sacrifice. And I was looking at that, I was like how, like kind of in a way how rotten their minds is. Like,
oh,
but
is that
those
the one
tactical ideas,
I think I saw that game. And then he like didn't
yeah,
play knight d4. He got like this b4 c5 setup from the pawn sacrifice, and then he like didn't. Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
and
that
then
one.
he just sacrificed, and it's like such a like complicated thing. And then like yeah, so that's how they all play. They're just
Yeah.
but, but he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was necessarily accurate pawn sacrifice, but it was like a very. There was so much effort into that pawn sacrifice. But that's how that's their style of these players nowadays.
Yeah,
Just learn
but
from
that's
engines.
where I think a lot of these move corrections are just you just give it to him, which is even better, but like you give it to him to think. Like he actually has to think. He
Yeah,
can't just attack you. Like rook c2 here is a great example of that. Like you just kind
yeah,
of solidify, you put the bishop on b2 and you oh okay, now you actually have to do something. Like good luck.
yeah.
And same
I
with bishop
oversaw
f3,
that
like
move.
you
I
just
completely didn't see that move. I don't. It's just sometimes you have spots like blind spots. I didn't consider it as a candidate. I only consider like rook back a3, rook b3, like rook d3. I think the biggest issue is that I blundered there because I wanted to play e4 initially, and then I saw that there is knight takes e4. Unfortunately, I blundered from far because that's otherwise I wouldn't have played c4. I guess I would just give away the d5 pawn. I don't know if that would have been any better, but my plan was after rook c3, knight a b6, I was gonna go e4.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I think...
not here, but
No, not here.
here. I don't know why. Like,
oh, e4
here? Yeah. Even here, right? Well, by the way, here, interesting thing is, like, I wanted to do it and then forgot because I still have this resource. But I don't know if it's helping.
Yeah,
I don't know what's legal.
It's
We're slowly losing anyway.
It's no, I mean, rook takes g6 is kind of a nice follow-up. After bishop e5, like, you can't take the bishop.
Wait, but you cannot take a queen either. Queen is pinned.
No. Here. Like, you can't take this. Yeah, now rook.
Yeah, I wanted to... So here's the thing. Because I started getting in time trial, because I started being low confidence because I realized that I simply would miss every single move he had, caught off guard by every single move. This was my idea, and then I just started kind of... I forgot. And I rushed here because out of kind of like, like you started panicking. So I really forgot because when he was thinking here, I was gonna go e4, like consider big time e4 for that idea bishop e5 that I saw. But I don't think computer would have any hope there either. I think computer rejects it.
Yeah, I mean, it feels a bit... Yeah, king's on e1. Like, it feels a bit flimsy.
Probably like practical way, it would cause more trouble for him because he just got a one-sided game, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of my point to this game is, just pointing out the fact that I understand why you lost to your opponent. I mean, as much as I think you should beat this guy, like, your opponent, he just played kind of normal chess. Some tougher moments, but he just attacked your pieces and he took some stuff, and sometimes easier said than done, but someone 1950, like, absolutely capable of playing this. It doesn't shock me. It doesn't blow me away.
Yeah,
Like,
and he's
wow.
like probably 21 or 2200 USCF, right? Let's not forget.
Okay, yes, so this FIDE, yeah, so absolutely, like,
yeah,
in his wheelhouse.
And but isn't that like kind of how Tony plays? I know you mentioned that before.
Yeah, he just attacks. Like, he
Yeah.
loves attacking chess. And it works sometimes. That's where, again, giving your opponent that respect and preventing, having a more prophylactic style is so valuable. Like, you normally, and I think you fell into this, higher rated players feel like they should control the game, and there's a lot of truth in that, but that's not necessarily attacking and destroying. Controlling the game can also be very Karpovian in the fact that you just prevent your opponent from doing everything they want, and then they kind of sit back as they watch you slowly destroy them. So you prevent, and then you destroy.
Yeah.
And yeah, here your opponent was just able to do everything that I think he ever could have wanted.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a particularly fun note, but it's some reality.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And then I think here, obviously I was expecting him to play knight f4, but just to give you how much I was in out of space, is that he didn't play knight f4, and I thought he was stupid, and I was like, of course, on the back of my mind, I was like, he must have something else in his mind, but I don't see anything. It's not like he's gonna do 94, like 94, there doesn't work, right? So and I just immediately took, although I didn't have to, right? Now I know I didn't think about it, but I know that I could have played bishop e3, like a waiting move, but I absolutely didn't see any danger at all, and like nothing. And when he played this, I was like, what? How does that make sense? And I don't think I didn't see queen f2 either. It was all shock to me. That's how much I was like kind of, yeah, because this is so stupid. And then breathe, something's wrong. He must have some stupid idea. So now you definitely have more options than you think you have.
But why does it have to be a stupid idea?
Because you just take a pawn and you win.
Yeah, but why?
Like,
Why can't it be a sensible idea?
No, because it can't, because I don't see it. So like, it must be a trick. It must be a trick.
Yeah, but instead
Otherwise,
of taking a pawn, he protects a pawn.
What? No, but come on, you just take the freaking pawn.
I'm not saying knight takes f4 is bad, but I definitely would not jump immediately to, oh, knight f6, like, my opponent's an idiot. He doesn't know how to take pawns. What a moron. Like,
no, it
he
means
saw
that
knight
he
takes
thinks he
f4.
has something better. He thinks he has something better.
Exactly.
Or he's playing for his stupid trick because I'm in time trouble and I disguise those players. These are like all those kids who are 32,000 on chess.com because they play 30-second bullet. That's all their chess, you know? They're all playing for this stupid tricks. Just kind of like, why are you laughing? You know it's true.
But like all those, you said 3,200, like those are GMs, like they're good players.
Nicole GMs like James Chirillov, like Liam Putnam, or
James
like
Stroll is a great player.
But they're not GMs.
He's 3,100 bullet though.
Yeah, the same shit. Like how are they playing in classical? When are they becoming grandmasters? They are like, you know, online 30 seconds.
Still great players.
Yeah, but their style. I'm talking about their style. The style is creating tricks and expecting your opponents to fall into that.
Okay. But my point is, like, you play queen takes c3 immediately. Like, you should definitely have a danger sense. And my rebuttal to calling it a stupid idea is the fact that, okay, it could be a wrong idea and it could be stupid overall, but there's definitely going to be some good to it. There's going to be some logic to it. I mean, he knows knight takes f4 is a move, but he felt, okay, yes, it could be for a trap, but that the trap is dangerous enough that it's worth not taking that pawn.
Yeah.
And it still feels like, to me, like you're just like, idiot opponent, I should just destroy this guy. Like, what is he doing? Doesn't know how to take pawns? Queen takes c3. I'll show you how to take pawns. This is how you do it. So easy. Come on, just take the piece, take the pawn. So easy. Like, move on with life. Why are you not doing this, you moron?
No, but his only idea is that if I take the pawn, that's why I call it stupid. What if I don't take the pawn? Then he has nothing, right? And I take it the next move. So he's being stupid and I'm being stupid, but I should be smarter. I should be like, understand, like, he's just got one stupid trick. So all it takes for me is to calculate not one move ahead, but two moves ahead.
And that's
it's like,
the thing.
Okay,
that's the thing.
Where is his thing?
Wait, go back, reverse. How do you distinguish between a stupid idea and not a stupid idea?
Stupid idea is one move ahead, and I need to calculate two moves ahead.
Calculation, thank you. That is how you distinguish. Yeah. This isn't a game of egos. At the end of the day, the pieces, the game does not care what your rating is. Doesn't care how high rated you are, doesn't care how low rated. If you blunder a piece, you blunder a tactic, the knights are not going to turn around and say, oh no, Magnus, I'm not going to take your queen because you're Magnus, my bad. Oh, you're 1900? Okay, fair game. Like, no one cares. No one cares. You can be Magnus, you can be a 2100, you can be a 1000. At the end of the day, checkmate is checkmate. Taking pieces are taking pieces. It is not a game of ego. So he plays knight f6.
Yeah.
It can be stupid. In this case, yes, it does feel like he should have just taken the pawn. But did he have an idea behind it? Yes. And did you absolutely fall into it 100%? Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
And the difference is you distinguish not by rating, not by opponent, but you distinguish by calculation.
Yes. I agree.
So, all right. Well, I mean, the rest of the game, this part was.
Oh, this was such a, like, the former me, the fighting spirit that I used to have, I would draw 100 games out of 100 here. But in this particular moment, I just got so tilted and so down. And I was also distracted. I couldn't freaking calculate how to win a knight. And I got tilted that I think had I played king f3, I thought I would have won a knight. Like this. Right? Um,
No?
so I still think I win a knight. Yes, exactly. And then just this. So, but I don't. Just this, right? So, no, nothing. There is no threat. Yeah, no, there is a
The
threat.
check
So
is
king g8.
Yeah.
Right? So, but I couldn't calculate that because I had like a minute on the clock or like a second on the clock, and but it doesn't matter. It's just like, obviously, like, it's so, like, I've been doing this at end games like
Well,
all the time. Just
no, what you played. I mean, it's here, right? Oh no, he just moves the king. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, because I was expecting him to take with the other knight, so that there is no So, oh, he cannot take with the other. Oh my god! I thought he could take with the other knight, because I was shocked that he took with this knight, because I thought that he. Oh my god! I thought that he's blundering, because he's the knight, because he's supposed to take with the other knight. Oh my god! You see? So yeah, I just so many like same mistakes or same weaknesses, right? And then here, chat who didn't understand, I thought I forgot it was a pin. And then here, obviously, like, the plan to make a draw, just trade this and then sacrifice both bishops for both pawns. And so easy, right? But I was just moving without plan, and I knew what I was doing. I knew I'm not in the right psychological mental state of mind to, how you say, clinch. Is clinch the word? Crunch? I don't know. And make a draw. So I was just making random moves, and I know I'm gonna blunder the bishop on the fork. I just know. That's what happened. So absolutely no fight here, which is so unusual to me. I'm like, my biggest strength is like fighting till the end and swindling like so many lost positions, right?
Yeah.
And this wasn't even a lost position. So just not the right state of mind. But that happens, unfortunately. As well, because it all comes down to your confidence, and obviously it doesn't add up, but you keep losing, right? So this was, I already was coming from a loss. Because it was, I mean, I was fine. Like, we had a dinner together at Saturday, right? I was fine, right? I was a bit disappointed, but I wasn't like tilted.
I know you seemed
That was the
pretty
next
upset
morning.
about your opponent's rook. Your rook placement
Yeah.
in that second game.
Yeah. But one thing is being upset after one loss, and another thing is like being like tilted. But like, I thought I was better than apparently I was, because here, like, no, like, there is like, this is pure mental state. In a more kind of fighting mental state, I would, like, as I said, all make draws all the time. So I wasn't fighting. I was just moving, and I wanted to fight, but I couldn't. Like, right, I was just randomly moving. But I think I lost kind of that few seconds to recover. Here, I would need, right? Because one,
Yeah, so
two,
King F3,
and then quick three. And I know that I was just, the reason I played this is I thought I was winning the night. But obviously I cannot win the night.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I thought? Maybe I was expecting this. I don't know. I forgot that you can do this. So it's stupid. But even here, like, just maybe, yeah.
You definitely have some. You have some chances. For sure. Yeah. Um. So okay, some definite just things about the structure in this game. Definitely present. I think a lot of just not respecting your opponent. Um, so I think moving from this game outside of the understanding about the Benoni positions better and not allowing 94 first and foremost,
Yeah.
but being there on time is a huge goal for you. And then I liked on my chat, someone phrased it quite well. Extra cheese, he said, it feels like you were thinking more about uh, who your opponent was, less than your opponent's moves.
Oh yeah.
And I,
That's typical women, by the way.
well, it's not good. So you definitely want to focus on the moves. It's a game. Chess is no respecter of persons.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. It's like that kind of mentality of judging people. You shouldn't be like that judgmental. I think it also comes down to from like a kind of like Eastern European mentality and background. That being said, uh like who doesn't judge? Like especially when you are like kind of like a high ambition person, high performance person, like show me any CEO of any company who doesn't judge their
Oh, I
employees
mean,
by the way they look.
it's totally fine to judge your opponent. It's totally fine to say I should absolutely destroy this guy. It should be fine. You know, like some of those judgments are total reality and totally okay. But
Yeah.
when you start thinking more about that and more about results and you're not planning, you're not thinking, okay, this is what my opponent's going to do, this is how they're going to create threats, and this is how I'm going to create threats. Like you remove yourself from the actual chess, that's where it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So definitely felt prevalent in this game in
I see this
particular.
comment on YouTube. Very nice. Usually my YouTube is full of people who are out in outer space, but this one is interesting. It's time to bring Marcus Aurelius out. You can only control what's happening inside you.
True. Yeah, I mean I'm a strong believer that at the end of the day, the number one thing any chess player should be thinking about, or their number one goal, is that they walk out of every game they play proud of how they played. Not that you won't be able to learn, but if you're not proud of the way that you play when you walk out of that game, then you missed.
Yeah,
But
I
if
know.
that has nothing to do with result. If you walk out and you're like, "Hey, I played really well, but my opponent just played a better game," that's fine. Still learn from it, but it has nothing to do with result. And it's crazy. The more you focus on playing a good game of chess over the results and more over your opponents and all that, like you end up getting more results. But it's all about
Yeah.
playing the best game you have. You know how.
Hmm. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Um.
Or
All right. I think we should call it there. Still some other games to go over, but for this lesson stream,
yeah,
that's already some things to work on. You will be playing tonight, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I need to repass Catalan because if I get paired against Steve.
Okay. So everybody over on Dina's stream, she will be playing at the Charlotte Chess Center tonight. She promises that the stream will not be frozen for 2 hours this time.
Well,
Uh,
that's on Ali, but yeah, I need to
so
connect
she
Grace to
doesn't
Ali.
promise that, but I likely, very likely believe that will not be the case this week. But make sure you guys tune back for that to watch Dina take out all of her skills on her next opponent over the board at the Charlotte Chess Center tonight. Be there or be square.
Yes, and well, yeah, I'm gonna continue to stream a little bit, and then I'm gonna, I guess, send everybody over your side. So I guess I'll have time to introduce you as well. I mean, they will figure it out.
Oh, okay, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah,
All right.
but thanks.
Well, good
Yeah.
luck.
Ooh, thank you. Lots of good stuff. Lots of food for thoughts. Things to work through. Very helpful. Another session with my chess psychiatrist, the Grandmaster Kayden Trough.
I know, right? I should go get licensed one of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you are a definition of Jesus. You know, you always see that, light at the end of the tunnel and make people come to a peace with their own chess.
No, that was so. Admittedly, I've definitely improved my coaching over the years. But the one thing I always, and I think it was part of because it was such a big thing for me to improve, and it's such a big thing for me to work through. Like even my very early days, I found a lot of success with students that I worked with by focusing on some of those more psychological things. Because I do think, and I think this applies to you as well, Dina, like you have a lot of really good knowledge that I don't think your rating right now shows. And just working through a lot of the psychological aspects, you see.
As well as calculation.
Yeah, calculation is the chess side of thing that you absolutely freaking need to work on, but you know, we're step by step, Dina, step by step. But yeah, a lot of psychological things for every chess player to work through.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck on continuing your stream. Good luck tonight. And I'm sure I will be seeing you soon. If nothing else, probably Thursday night, I expect.
Yeah, I am gonna do both tonight and Thursday night. And let me I mean, I guess you can tell Tony, right? I don't have to text him because you're literally in his house.
I am, but you know, we don't talk all the time, and it's kind of confusing. No, I'll let him know. But the thing is, like, I'm gonna let him know, and I'll be like, yeah, text Dina, like, so you guys make sure you have a time pinned down.
Okay. So Thursday is 30. Yeah, that's fine. Let me send a message.
Okay, send a message. I'm like, man, you're about to make me the whole damn text message right now.
The whole text message?
No, you're good. Text it. You got this. I believe.
Thursday calculation. Good. Done.
Perfect. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye, Dina's chat.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye. See you soon.
Yes. See ya.
Okay, ciao.
All right, everybody. It's a good time. It's Whoa. Am I spoiling? That's the chest. That's my Discord. I should get rid of that off screen just in case. Danger zone. I'll leave side. I'm gonna put a game up here so you guys have some chess. I really have to run to the restroom. I know we might want to like a follow up. I am playing Title Tuesday. Everybody, thank you for the follow. The follow is much appreciated. Yeah, during lessons, I don't really engage with the chat as much, but I really enjoy it and really appreciate all the follows that I did see during the lesson. And a lot of the comments. You guys were saying a lot of good things. I brought up a few of them, but I was trying to read and trying to keep up, so I hope you definitely saw the fact in what I said that I was somewhat paying attention. Not always the most focused, but somewhat. I will be right back. You guys can enjoy Michael Royce, absolutely destroying right now. I'm gonna run to the restroom and I'll be back shortly. Hey yo. Oh my goodness. What is who gave GM Smurf it privileges? Are we sure about that? Extra cheese. Glad you enjoyed the lesson. I was only gone for like 3 minutes. Not even that. Maybe 2 minutes. Freaking wild. There's a bits bug. What bits? What bug with bits? Pratik, you have asked this 3 times before, my guy. I saw your message got deleted over on Dina's channel. I did have that chat open as well. Why is this why are you like this, Pratik? Just out of curiosity, like, did you come up with that, or did you see that and you're like, damn, I'm gonna go ask a bunch of people this question? Like, do you do it because you're curious who will engage with it? Do you do it as a troll? Which one? Which one? Why are you this way? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in the nicest way possible. That is what I'm asking. There is truth in that. Just curious. You know, I just want to know what makes someone tick. Are you asking? Pratik? I don't think I'm gonna get a response though. You're sure every time you ask? You know, some things are visual. They do put images in our minds. So, I guess. Did I miss anything too crazy during the lesson? I want to start asking about Okay, but aren't we all a little attention deprived? Jeez. Yeah, BP, you know, I time Polyus out for taking things in that direction. You guys suck. I have a... Radio. Oh, radio. That sounds so sad. Oh, Sigma Shark! Christensen, thank you so much for the bits. Many much appreciations. Can't lie, Amon is your bro. Like your bra? Your chest bra? Oh, jeez. Why is it? Why is it, guys? Come on, level with me. Female chess player, all you guys can think of is, let's set you up with them. And why? Okay, this sounds bad. I don't run this way, but I mean, you don't ask that for male people. Okay, there have been a few comments about me and Tony, but like, you guys always take everything in that direction. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, have some respect. Like, this is very, like, a professional situation. And, you guys always take things that way. Alright, I should probably play some chess. Brazilian monk, glad you like Dina. Yeah, she's super cool. I wasn't 100% at first. I didn't think she cared for me at all. You know, if I'm being honest, I like had a good time hanging out with Bortnik when I got here. I've known Danya for a long time. You know, Peter, who runs the CCC, like, there were a lot of these people. I'm like, okay, yeah. And then Dina, I don't know. I couldn't get a read on her, but now it seems to be going better. I know I phrased that terribly, but my point is, like, just have some basic respect for these players, right? They already get that enough. And it's just really, like, I think it's really bad that people just always go around with those types of comments. It's just about respecting the individual to begin with. It's very simple. And my point is, on the other side, it's not that I roll that way, because I don't, but that, you know, you guys would never do that. You guys don't do that. I mean, even for someone that maybe does. No, it's not a low self-esteem thing for me. It's just you see female and all you can think of is, are they into this person? Like, come on. This isn't that deep, Extra Chief. It's very, very simple. I could play some chess. Nascara, thank you for the follow. Roofers usually have high self-esteem. It's gonna let me. Oh, that's because I have the Charlotte open. Let me close that out just in case. Open. I have the Charlotte open. There you go, BP. Now you're talking. Much better. BP, I'm not going to do that. I do not run that way, but thank you for asking. Jeez. The simple point. Oh, see, Smurfit's asking the question. Dennis Kadar. You like it, except when you're losing? That's, you know, that's fair. I don't think he's supposed to let me take on B3. The Smurf ex-boyfriend songs like Taylor Swift, they would probably be a jam. Let's be honest.
NANI?!
Let's go! Thank you so much. Much appreciations. Hope you had a fantastic stream. Everybody, welcome in. You're reminding me, I never changed. I actually just finished the lesson stream. And I don't think okay, I did actually change the title. I was actually on top of things for once. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys are wild. That is a freaking wild sentence. Hey, how you doing? How was the stream? And on the more serious note, I've never heard the things you were mentioning. Did you catch malicious rumors? Oh, it's not. No. It's not like rumors. It's like jokes. It's comments along those lines. Stream was all right. Okay, I get you. All right isn't bad. Bad is what we avoid. No, it's more about the comments. I'm not saying rumors. Comments. Thank you. You take care. I'm just gonna flag this, aren't I? Unless he takes it into opposite colored bishops and gives me a pawn, maybe I have a shot. Pawns? I don't know. Alright, that was what the. Title Tuesday starts in an hour. I can't believe that. That was wild. Yeah, I'm playing. I was so down on time. And I don't even think I was better there, but I think he just tried to flag me too hard. Like, tried to play safe and just wasn't really thinking through the position. He thought I would flag. Yeah, it starts in 55 minutes. Oh, I'm supposed to flip the board. Polyus, by the way, welcome back. The early one usually is stronger, or at least has more people, just because of the timing. Right, like I think it works a lot better for Europeans, so. Oh! That's why I play C3 usually. Oh, flipboard sucks. Why I play 3-0 and not practice? Well, it's harder to get games playing 3-1. Very simple. Please play night takes. Just for me. Just do it. You know you want to. Thank you. I know his endgame technique was not very good. Maybe we take it there. Who knows? I'm down a piece and a pawn. What did Hans do? Hans got off to a good start, then drawing. Rage quit the early one, round 6. I think. Rage quit. Master Chess, how's it going? Bentica, thank you for the follow. No, we're not playing Title Tuesday yet. Oh shoot. I would have resigned a long time ago, but that's a technique. What is the technique here? Oh, it was wild. Dina, howdy, everybody. Here. I'll pause the alerts just for Dina. They're not her favorite. Clear the chat. Yeah, for reals, BP. You should feel guilty. I'm just kidding. BP, we still appreciate you. Sometimes. How is the stream? It's going pretty well. I'm playing this guy here that I may have flipped my board last game, and that did not go well. Did not go well. That's a terrible move. But we're chilling. We're having a good time. BP with the flip board. All right. Yeah, no, that's fair. The alerts are great for us, but yeah, sometimes it can be a bit much if it's a lot in a row. So obviously, when we have such an amazing raid from Dina, it is a good time to pause, right? All right. He wants to play Eve. One step. Okay. How was the lesson? Is Tina a better student than me? Miles. I don't compare students. I only pick favorites after I'm done working with them. But right now, while I'm still currently working with both of you, I plead the fifth. Saying that. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that last game. And I'm not particularly enjoying flipping the board again, but you know, the challenge is the challenge, right? No worries about pointing it out, High Glems. Stu Dog, thank you for the follow. Weird. Plead the fifth of Kayden as he is about to hang the sixth. Steven, how you doing? He's going somewhere with it. No, I don't drink monsters, or I try to avoid it. Yeah, I'm playing from my opponent's point of view because some people in chat are the worst. Oh, does that not work? No, I'm pretty sure it does. Queen takes e1. He takes on e6. King f1. Alright, alright. I think we can put the alerts back now. No, I'm chilling, radio. I'm chilling. I'm fine. Not too worried about it. Do you use software to improve your skill? Like chess training software? Because we've kind of worked. I mean, we're kind of past the time of training software, I think. H1, you better win, Grandmaster. Thanks, H1. I'll win at least one game for you. Just for you. Because of that comment right there. Oh, that's a bit scary. Oh, shoot. No way! Oh my gosh. We're gonna start banning you all. Oh, that was dumb. King's Gambit. Alright, alright. I can't, I tried. I tried so hard. Somehow we're playing a French all of a sudden. Oh, Steve, I appreciate it. Oh, past training software? No, I just think we're like to the point of online. Like when I think software, I think like downloading it. A lot more like programs. But I mean, even on the online stuff, I don't know if there's much out there. I mean, you have the technical software of like solving puzzles and stuff. Guess you could count, but like I feel like it was probably in a different direction. Sicilian transposing to French is my worst nightmare. Yeah, this is actually what I play against the French. I'm not really an E4 player, but I have played these types of positions quite a bit, so I will take it. You downloaded training stuff a lot? I don't use anything in shows. There you go. The secret, just don't worry about it. So Steven, what do you download though? Because back when I was growing up, I mean things like chess or CT art, and there were some programs for doing blindfold trading, and like I feel like there was a lot more that I was aware of. Now it's just all the stuff that we all know online. I might be going a little spicy here. BP, you are not incorrect. It's freaking wild. Can you make an opening? I mean, I do opening requests for channel points, so for bits, would be open to it. Probably shouldn't give up the bishop, right? That doesn't make sense. I was kind of thinking my queen would be nice here, but then I thought again and decided not to. You just beat the guy who dirty flagged me in 13 moves? Nice. Wait, how'd you beat him in 13 moves? What the heck? Yeah, exactly, DK. I gotta follow my own advice. Bishop, way better. Alright, alright. Sounds good. Jomi, thank you for the follow, by the way. Much appreciations. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Just gonna keep going. Okay. Do I practice sports? Do I look like I practice sports? I'm gonna flag again. Accomplished rower. Richie, thank you for the follow. Rocco, thank you for the follow. Oh, not today. 8 mate. 8M19. Thank you for the follow. Stop missing free rooks. Wait, did I miss another free rook? I just really wanted to take the queen. King d3 first. Queen takes f5, but, you know. h4, h5 was so much more fun. Alright, King's Indian attack. Get that big master out of here. Oh, h1, h1. What did Miles do to you? Yeah, that's the white piece. Yeah, I'll black this game, but I can go for it next game. Everything's fine. Everything's forked. Everything's fine. It's just a fork, just an exchange, no big deal. No worries. Ewan the Giant, thank you for the follow. Does first game should be as second one. Wait, who? What? Thinking pawns refers to structure. Happens when two pawns stand on adjacent files with no other pawns being able to protect them. Power of bishops. Power of trading. Dang it. I don't hate this. Allow rook d8. But I forgot about queen takes e7 though. Thankfully he didn't jeez. Should have Smiley's only mode. Why should I have Smiley's only mode? This isn't Title Tuesday yet. Not even emote only. Just the smiles. True. There's the whole chat of smiles. Next game. What do you mean? I'm not losing any pawns this game. I'm gonna lose my pieces. Joke's on you. Look, I did lose a pawn. Smiles are good. That is correct. Fake, go back. I'm so confused. Janice, I'm sorry, I'm confused. You prefer the smiles without the first test. Miles! You would. SC, thank you for the follow. Okay, I forgot the queen could take, okay? My bad. Somehow it worked because he played king h2! Because he played king... What the frick? No way! Jeez. We'll take it. Alright, let's play the King's Indian attack. Is 8 to take. I don't feel like I understand. Gambit a pawn. I got a King's Indian attack first. All right. We have successfully gotten rid of a pawn. No, people are just excited about the follows, I think, radio. I think it's just a day. One of them days. If we can get that pawn back now. What do I think about the Pierts? It's okay. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I think there's a place for it in just understanding chess. But it's not my favorite. What I want to play, but then the drop is annoying. What do I think it would take to get me to the next level? I think I would have to buckle down and work more on my openings. I think is one of the biggest things for me. I mean, I think a lot of experience has really helped, and just playing more and playing against, you know, getting more and more games against these higher rated players. But yeah, I think having a bit more of a structured opening would go a long way. Would you consider next level to be a higher FIDE or chess.com rating? At this point, I probably care more about my chess.com rating. If I'm being honest. I mean, that's where a lot of the events, like, there's more prize money on the line on chess.com right now. That's true, your openings are pretty sus. Yeah, I know. I've gotten by because like, I play like does things, but like practically it gives me chances. But I think I really need the technical and practicality boosted. This guy's probably like, why did he just give me the pawn on d4? Like, did he really think that was gonna work? No, sir, I did not. Just, I had a challenge. Ayush on YouTube. Do I play with viewers? I do, mainly on Thursdays. Other times are usually doing arenas. Me and the other chess shark, Tony, we do a lot of arenas, so... Shouldn't have spent so much time there. You say gambit of peace too, right? Gambit of peace, right? That was also that was yeah. Gosh darn it! What the frick was that? It's all the flag technique. All the flag technique. Unless my queen is just having problems. It's not over till it's over. Oh, he really picked up pace when he when he realized what was up. Jeez. All right, let me get in Title Tuesday. Yeah, not quite. He's tricking you, yeah. Right, I'm gonna try and get things start to get things set up for Title Tuesday. Brazilian monk, yeah. I think I had that, just time-wise. I think I had some chances there. Okay, had that is a bit strong, but I had some chances. I just... And then yeah, and then at all, yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, Hans, I mean, I assume he's gonna start streaming. I didn't try an illegal move repeatedly. Well, you know, that's just semantic. That's just... Just semantics, if you ask me. I really don't want to reset the stream for the 10-second delay. I could ask in the Title Tuesday chat. Do you think I'll get a response before? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should probably just reset it. I just hope every week that it changes and it's not a thing. That's... I just hope every week that it's not a thing. Actually... I see 10 seconds delay. Yeah, I mean, it kind of inevitably happens. Just delay. Oh, I always take the chat off of... Like, when we actually get to it, I'll have the... chat off, because I think that's better for Title Tuesday, but... Yeah. But it should have it. I did message someone. We'll see if get back to me in time. By the way, was e4 c5 d4 cd queen takes d4 yet played on the GM level? Oh, I'm sure. I don't know if that was exactly... I had a game very similar to that. I don't know if he played queen takes d4 right away, but maybe he waited till I played d6. But for real, it took 10 seconds to see the message pop up. Okay, maybe 5. Yeah, I think it's a bit... There is a bit of that. We'll see. Maybe I'll play one more game. And if I don't know, I'll probably just throw it on. Because as I said before, like, I just don't want to deal with it mid-Title Tuesday, so I'd rather just have it included, but... Sanan! Alright, here we go. B5 looks fun here. Why not? Okay, now he's committed C3. We're going crazy. We're going wild. Okay. I heard back. It looks like it is required. The response I got was good though. Not officially from chess.com, but someone that absolutely would know. So yeah, I'm gonna have to reset the stream. Isn't Taraj 94? Like 94 right away? Some of those lines. No, Trumpowski I do find to be a bit more annoying. Actually, just take this. He takes, queen takes. Like he's destroying his structure. So, not that my structure is amazing, but my pieces are developed, right? That's a huge positive. In the meantime. Did not want me to have fun with my bishops. Cerebral 36, thank you for the follow. Ah, shoot. Probably don't want to hang that. Rookie 7, you mean you can. You can do it. Yeah, Bishop G5, 94. Yeah, 94 is a move there. 94 is one of the more common moves, but it's very sharp, and I haven't really put time into looking at it because up to this point, like, it was just so rare that I got a Trompowski that I didn't feel like it was worth knowing something super sharp because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I learned something sharp and I'm just not gonna get it, right? Like, why waste the time? But now I'm seeing it a lot more, so it's a bit more interesting. Oh, shit. Okay. That's respectable. He offered me a draw for that. Alright. I gotta hurry and reset the stream. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hope to see you all there. Title Tuesday. Here we go.